What's up, everybody? Another big weekend of racing ahead of us. I want to say thank you for everyone that, listened and watched the 100th episode from Wednesday. You know, I don't do them, very often on Wednesday, at least not whole episodes, but seemed appropriate. Talked about all kinds of fun stuff. Check it out if you haven't, because I enjoyed it and brought up some pretty good moments and stuff that, happened throughout it all. And let's keep it growing even bigger for the next 100 and beyond. But like I said, another big weekend for motorsports and racing as a whole. I'm excited for it. Apparently, if you can hear that, apparently the little cat that I have, apparently she's really excited for it, even though I think she talks more than I do. But big weekend, and that's with IndyCar, Formula One, and Formula E all off for the weekend, and some of them for even extended periods of time. It's another big weekend in Daytona, where we have the season openers for MotoAmerica, which is Superbikes, King of the Baggers, all of them, and American Flat Track, both running at Daytona, which I think helps all parties involved. And at this point, I know people are going to go, Jesse, American Flat Track already ran a night, did stuff like, I know, but all the results aren't in, so I'm not talking about it until all of it is done and all the results have come in. So we will hear about that next week because I don't want to split it up. It just feels really weird. So there. I love it right now. If you guys are watching the video, the face that it just froze me on is fantastic, Governor. So let's try and do that because I don't know, but really cool to see them back, running together at Daytona. Again, one on the Daytona short track, one on, the road course at the track. Like, it's just fantastic to see it. And I'm honestly, I don't have a lot of insight on them. Again, they ran Volusia last year, did American Flat Track. They're running at the Daytona short, track this time. So, I can't really bounce anything off of that. And I wouldn't even try to, just because first race of the season, I'm honestly just excited to see what they have in store in the new season. I'm excited to see, who's improved, who's, fallen off, all of those things that come into the new thing that we'll get to see. You won't get to see it a lot because it's just, the first race of their seasons, but you'll definitely be able to tell, who's at least pointed in the right direction at the beginning of their seasons. And I'm excited about that. Who's not excited about more racing? Seeing guys run around on those bikes like crazy people on the road course, fantastic. Seeing them slipping and sliding around. American Flat Track in the mud, clay, and all that. Fantastic. Are you going to set your DVRs for them? Yes, you are. So you can watch all this season when it airs at your leisure, whenever you feel like it, because it's right there on your DVR waiting for you. I don't ask for much, people, but for the love of God, got the damn things already. You won't be disappointed. But I want to see what everyone has to do. And I'm really excited for, the track in the area as a whole, because you got to think they went from the Rolex cars and the sports cars to NASCAR to Supercross, now to these two guys in town doing all their stuff, during it's bike week and what, like, it's very good for the area for them to have so much, just week after week after week. I'm very excited for that, and the track, because of all the people that get in there and all the people that get, chances to experience racing there and in the area. I think that's really, honestly, one of the coolest parts about it, again, because look at that. Again, the Rolex with the cars running around the road course, Daytona on the big track, NASCAR and all that. Then we got the dirt track. Then we got the, super bikes. Like, it's really cool to see all of that. So I'm stoked for that. But I don't have anything to go off of from last year for American Flat Track because they ran Volusia. So I'm just waiting until it's all said and done. We're all going to enjoy it. I'm going to talk about it later. And if you set your DVRs, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Or you can listen to what I talk about. You can go set your damn DVR. But bigger things to move on to, things that we've seen a few races of that we could talk about more. Supercross is in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium, or the place that I like to call the house that Peyton built and then got kicked out of immediately. Just throwing it out there. Might not have been immediately, but pretty damn close. some things I want to see in there. See if Eli Tomac, now that he has all that momentum coming out of Daytona, because he did what he does at Daytona, if he can carry that momentum, into this week in Indianapolis. See if he can, carry on, because Cooper Webb's still right there on his tail. And see if, he slips up at all. If Eli slips up and brings them back, like, it's still a very close race. I want to see if he can continue, with that, because he looked really good. He might have slipped here and there, but from where he started to where he finished was night and day. And if he can keep that up, it's going to be a longer season for everyone involved. But Cooper Webb's been right on him. I want to see if, Hunter Lawrence can continue to pull away in the 250s after seeing how easily he just ran away with it in Daytona. See if Chase Sexton and Nate Thrasher can turn around and not make any mistakes, like we've seen repeatedly from Chase every single week. Somehow he's still third in the points. And what happened to Nate at Daytona, because again, I just didn't expect to see him be the one to go down and have issues like that. Didn't see that because he was just running so smooth. Chase, it doesn't surprise me again. There's something every single week with Chase Sexton. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but there's something every week with him. Hopefully there isn't this week, but it's cost him wins. And again, Nate's just been more consistent with it. But I also want to see if anything happens between, Chase Sexton and Justin Barcia after Chase literally ran him off the track. And then, that wasn't bad enough. He decided to then wreck him at Daytona. So I'd be coming in there pissed. I imagine he's not in a very good mood, let's say. So we'll see how that works out. I think, won't get too stupid. But again, I got ran off the track and then caught back up to the guy and tried to pass me. He wrecked me. What did they say? Drivers don't forget. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with riders. He didn't forget. And hopefully it doesn't turn into something like, again, Anderson and Malcolm Stewart last year. Jason Anderson just kept running into him. And don't worry, Malcolm got him back once, and then it kind of cooled down after that. But the amount of points and everything lost for both of them because of that was quite detrimental. And Jason Anderson was on a roll after that, but he was too far gone, and it didn't make a difference. So hopefully it doesn't turn into that. Time will tell. But again, Lucas Oil Stadium, I'll have the track maps up for you. I'll make sure to put, as many times, share it out, retweet as much as I can. You can go on there, follow me at Racing Rosinski and retweet it your damn self. You can go on the Facebook page, which is the name of the show. Share that stuff out. You can see all 5 on there because you only get 4 pictures on Twitter. But, they're there. Find them, share them out. But it should be really good stuff. And again, you can always go back and watch it on Peacock after, so you don't have to watch it live if there's something you'd rather watch on Saturday night. I'm sure there actually is. How about that? They finally got me, everybody. I forgot this thing was even in here. Good old iPad. Anyway, now we move on to the Phoenix Raceway, which I have great hopes for this weekend after what I thought was, a stinker in Las Vegas. I really honestly can't believe that Jeff Gluck, shout out to Jeff Gluck. If anyone could share this to him, that'd be great. But to see, his polls say that, it was really 51-49, something around there for, more people said they thought it was. And, was it a good race? 49% said yes, which I don't understand. I thought it, there was good racing at points, but there's so much follow the lead or, no anything. Yay. And that's not my thing. Maybe I just saw it wrong, but there was a lot of it, just like the weekend before. It might be older surface, but, it's great racing for a little bit. Then everyone finds their groove. And, there's a few that could pass people, but not very many when they're all strung out like that. But ARCA Menards, General Tire 150 at the Phoenix Raceway. That would be tonight, 6 p.m. FS2, the Fox Sports app, MRN, SiriusXM channel 391, and online at channel 981 and arcaracing.com. Like, that wasn't enough mouthful, but there's everywhere you can find it, so you can't screw it up. That's a lot. 150 miles, 150 laps. I'm excited to see them back on the track, and it actually being televised is kind of amazing, even though I don't think a lot of people have FS2, but at least it's there and it's easily accessible for many different things to set those damn DVRs. And, well, you might think I have some great insight coming into this race. I don't, because all we have is Daytona to go off of, and I want to see what the cars and what, really the teams and drivers have done to improve themselves from last year, especially as there's a bunch of guys that aren't there anymore. I think that, it's someone else's time to, stand up. But again, we haven't seen them do anything since Daytona. So we haven't seen what anyone can do on these things. So I just want to see where everyone's at from the year before. Last year, we saw Taylor Gray win. Super talented. We all know that. Daniel Dye was second. Sammy Smith third. Raja Caruth fourth. Nick Sanchez was seventh. Look at all the names that are no longer there. Tony Breidinger was 15th. Amber Balkan 30th. Greg Van Alst 36th of the 39. See what they could do with that thing. But I honestly just want to see where everyone is, where the cars are, where the teams are, who starts taking that level to step up and be that next one. Is I just listed off so much talent that is no longer there that was up front. So got to see how that goes. But again, Taylor Gray, Daniel Dye, Sammy Smith, Raja Caruth, Nick Sanchez, like it just kept going. A lot of people gone. See who steps up. Someone has to step up, and I'm excited to see who the hell it is. NASCAR Xfinity Series, United Rentals 200, Phoenix, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM. 200 laps, 200 miles on the entry list. And there are some big ones on this one. We see Kyle Busch in the 10 for Kaulig Racing again. Race number 2, I think they'll be much better this time around than the first time. I think, they'll be more prepared and better. Ryan Truex is in the 19 for Gibbs, which I'm good, excited to see. I think he normally runs good. I think it'll be a good one for him, but I just think their Xfinity program for Toyota just looks down. It'll just be me, though. Connor Mozak in the 24 for Sam Hunt. Leland Honeycutt in the 45 for Cesar Beccarella. And if you go back to last year, Noah Gragson won. He's not there anymore. Brandon Jones was second. Josh Berry third. Trevor Bayne fourth. Who's not running? John Hunter fifth. Now he's running full-time, so see what he could do in that car. Ty Gibbs sixth. Gone. AJ Allmendinger seventh. Gone. Daniel Hemrick eighth. Landon Castle was ninth. Gone. Justin Allgaier 10th. John Creed 14th. Austin Hill was 17th. Sam Mayers 22nd. And Riley Herbst was 38th and dead last, which I think he's going to be, way better unless, stupid happens, which stupid does seem to happen. But he's been on a good roll. He's been finishing a lot better. So I don't see anything different happening, but expectations for the weekend going in, obviously RCR, they just look good. Junior Motorsports, obviously they look good. Riley Herbst do good. I want to see what Kaulig can do because they do look much better this year than they did last year so far. They just seem to be more in the right direction. We'll have to see how this one turns, but I think it'll be really good for them. And there's things that I need to, see way more than what I expect. One, Brandon Jones, now that he's in Junior Motorsports, has had abysmal luck and terrible races. Terrible. He's done god-awful. So we need to see him do what he did last year when he finished second, if not improving it by a spot, because that was just bad. It's been bad this year. It's been very, 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 very bad. So we need to see him improve on that just to turn everything around, because whether it's been bad luck or what, things just haven't looked good for him this year. And hopefully they pick up. We need to see Cole Custer, because I violently underwhelmed. I expected he was going to do way better than he has, because he won, alleged lesser equipment last year places, and he just hasn't looked on. Granted, he hasn't looked on in a long time. So, I think once he gets acclimated, he'll, hopefully pick it up, because he should, because look what Riley's doing. So hopefully that gets better. I thought it'd be better now, and see what, Kyle can do in round 2 for Kaulig, just because I think they're better. And speaking of Kaulig, I want to see how Chandler Smith bounces back from that disappointment. Coming to the white flag? To get past coming off of 4 like that after dominating all day, but the car just, if he had another 2 laps, 2 laps less, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But to get that much heartbreak and disappointment, see how he bounces back this weekend in Phoenix, because that was his. He didn't win it, but it was his. So I want to see how he does there, because then you'll know, if he could bounce right back from that and he's okay. Just got to see how that happens, because we've seen, no matter what, it always gets to everyone. So see how that goes, and see if the Toyotas can run better than they have in the Xfinity Series, because again, they just haven't seen themselves to me. They've seemed off. They finally seemed to pick it up in the Cup Series, 7 in the top 15 last weekend. So there's that, but otherwise they haven't looked good. So hopefully they pick it up And with that, we have the United Rentals Work United 500 at the Phoenix Raceway, Sunday, 3:30 p.m. on Fox and MRN. 312 laps, 312 miles. Josh Berry in the 9 on the ovals. That was announced. So he'll get more experience, and maybe that's, I'm trying to send some kind of message there. Maybe someone moving up at some point, but I think he's a good pick for it, especially in places like Martinsville and stuff, because that's his wheelhouse. So see how all this works out. But Todd Gilliland this weekend doing his first race for Rick Ware Racing in the 15, so he can compete in every race on the schedule now that Zane Smith is in the 38 for Front Row this weekend, which will be his first of, I believe, 5 starts in that car instead of Todd Gilliland. But I'm glad, Rick Ware was able to help him and everyone else, partners, all that, to get him to be able to run the whole schedule. I think it's kind of dirty that way, but it is what it is. I don't make these decisions. Last year, Chase Briscoe won, Chastain second, Reddick third, Ryan Blaney fourth, Kurt Busch fifth, Harvick sixth, Kyle Busch seventh, Logano eighth, Suarez ninth, Buescher 10th. Ty Dillon scared the hell out of everyone, finished 15th, Cole Custer 16th, Harrison Burton 29th, Kyle Larson 34th, Truex 35th, and Corey LaJoie 36th. I expect some things going into this thing, though. I expect Trackhouse to keep looking good. I expect Hendrick to keep looking good. I want to see if RFK can keep looking good, which, again, Brad would have finished better. He tried to, run out the whole entire, the run to see if Akash would come out and catch people a lap down. Didn't work out, which is why he was behind all of them. But they've looked good. I don't want to see them on the list to keep running good. See if the Toyotas can carry that momentum again. 7 out of 15. Not bad at all. And that included, Tyler Reddick, who tried to knock the wall down all day on Sunday. And he still got a top 15. So that was really good to see if they continue. Because, again, like I said, everyone running good is better for the sport. But got to see what this, package looks like with all the changes. And I want to see if Corey LaJoie can keep that run of top 20s. Because seeing that makes me smile, especially when his teammate absolutely sucks. Sorry, not sorry. But things we need to see. We need to see Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Legacy Motor Club, even though, Noah, all those speeding penalties last weekend are what caused him to have such an abysmal day, because he just can't come back from that. 3 speeding penalties on green flags. You got to do pass-throughs, and one of them was speeding on a pass-through. So he had to come back around. You can't afford those things, but those guys need a run, because if you look at them in the points, it is god-awful. And hopefully they turn around, especially because they have the talent, Preece, Briscoe, Reddick, like all of them. Noah, they need to turn it around, and hopefully they do this weekend. And I want to see what the changes that they made to the package, spoiler height and all those other things. See what it'll look like on the track. And if it actually improved, if it helped any of the problems that they tried to address, or if it makes even dumber problems. God knows, but we'll see what any of that does. And hopefully no stupid-ass weather comes through, because I can't take any more of their piss-poor decision-making skills from Daytona to Fontana. It's been god-awful. So hopefully, hopefully nothing happens this weekend, so I don't have to deal with that level of stupid. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out episode 100, available YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, you name it. Find it. It's there. Also, Anchor, if you click on that link, you can go and put a monthly thing to help the show, or a one-time payment just to help for trademarks, equipment, all of it. It doesn't go to me, and I appreciate all of you. Set those damn DVRs for America Flat Track and MotoAmerica. Don't forget to check out Supercross Daytona, and I'm going to say that till everyone finally gets it. And that's where I'm going to leave you. So I'll be back next week, do some bonus episodes. I'm taking a trip, but I love y'all. Peace. Bye.